So Geoffrey Hinton, one of the godfathers of AI, he once came up with this question to see just how smart his creation was. And the question, it was simple, but wow, was it deep. Seriously, take a second and think about it. How are a nuclear bomb and a pile of yard debris alike? I mean, one is the absolute peak of human technology, right? This terrifying instant release of power. And the other? That's just nature, doing its slow, quiet thing. What in the world could they have in common? Now, the AI's answer? It was super logical. It said they're both just stores of potential energy waiting for their big moment. And yeah, that's true. But what if there's something more? A deeper, more cosmic connection? A connection that, get this, our interdimensional dating algorithm has finally cracked. So welcome everybody to Cosmic Matchmaking. This is where we uncover the universe's most unexpected soulmates. And let me tell you, the results from our algorithm are in, and you are not going to believe this. Yeah, you're seeing that right, 87%. Our algorithm says a nuclear bomb and a pile of yard debris are 87% compatible. I'm not kidding, 87%. The universe's #1 dating app has officially declared these two twin flames. And I mean that literally. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How is that even possible, right? Well, to get our heads around this cosmic love story, we've got to look at the universe's ultimate rule of attraction. It all comes down to this, the second law of thermodynamics. Basically, it just means that everything, and I mean everything, in the universe is always moving from a state of order to disorder or entropy. But don't think of it as just chaos. Think of it more like destiny. And it turns out, this shared passion for creating entropy, it's the ultimate love language for our happy couple. Here's a super simple way to picture it. You've got an ice cube, right? It's all structured and orderly. That's low entropy. But then it melts into this messy, disorganized puddle. Its entropy just shot way up. And the universe loves that. Turns out, so do our two contestants. All right, enough with the physics lesson. Let's meet our lovers. Get ready for a romance that spans the entire temperature spectrum and completely redefines explosive chemistry. Okay, so in one corner we have Bombie. She's got this fiery personality. Her first date style is, well, it's fast and explosive, lasting about 10 nanoseconds. She's a true artist, creating brand new elements. And on the other side, we've got Debbie. She's more down to earth, prefers a nice slow burn over a few months, a real nurturer, creating rich soil from nothing. You know what they say, opposites attract. And can we just talk about Bombie's love temperature for a second? We are talking 100 million degrees Celsius. Whoa. Meanwhile, Debbie, she keeps it cozy at a steady 160 Fahrenheit, which is about 70 Celsius. See? They both run hot, just in their own very special ways. But where it gets really interesting, where things get steamy, is their shared interests. Our deep dive shows they have a mutual fetish for exponential growth, a real obsession with reaching critical mass before they, get going. They've got a fixation on generating heat, and they love a bit of transformation role play. Who knew thermodynamics could be so spicy? So, to really understand this unique dynamic, we had to bring in an expert. Let's hear what our relationship coach, Dr. Entropy, PhD in chaos theory, of course, has to say. So, according to Dr. Entropy's notes, it's pretty clear. Bombie brings all the intensity and spontaneity to the relationship, that raw E=mc² energy. And in return, Debbie offers patience, sustainability, a really steady biochemical warmth. One creates plasma, the other creates humus. It's a beautiful balance, really. But hey, no relationship is perfect. It's not all sunshine and gamma rays. Both Bombie and Debbie, they kind of struggle with containment issues. They need proper boundaries, or things can get messy. They also share what the doc calls a dispersal pattern disorder. They just tend to spread their energy all over the place. And yeah, they've got this classic cascade codependency, where one reaction just triggers another and another and another. But here's the final takeaway from Dr. Entropy. She says both are just matter trying to achieve a lower energy state while releasing their inner heat. She calls it, and I love this, the universe's most extreme case of opposites with identical core values. So while Bombie might be more of a one-night stand and Debbie prefers long-term decomposition, you just can't deny their fundamental thermodynamic compatibility. So you might be wondering, how does a love story like this actually play out? Well, it's a passionate four-act play, and it's written by the laws of physics themselves. So first, Act 1. They're both just sitting there, quietly storing up all that potential, just waiting for their moment. Then, boom, Act 2, the activation event, a spark. For Bombie, it's getting compressed. For Debbie, it's just hitting that perfect temperature. And that leads to Act 3, the chain reaction of passion. We're talking exponential growth, cascading emotions. Heat is just everywhere. And finally, Act 4, entropic bliss. They've reached maximum disorder, and they did it together. And look, this isn't just me being poetic. This is straight up physics. They both obey that second law we talked about. They both follow something called Arrhenius kinetics, which is just a fancy way of saying their passion gets more intense the hotter things get. They both have this autocatalytic behavior, which means once they start, they just keep feeding their own fire, going faster and faster. And this is key. They both require geometric intimacy. They have to be arranged just so for the magic to happen. It really is a match made in a universe that's destined for heat death. You know, in the end, Geoffrey Hinton's question, it wasn't really about bonds or leaves at all. It was about something so much bigger. It's a reminder about the incredible power of finding those unexpected connections. Creativity, really, is just seeing the hidden patterns that link everything together. So what's the takeaway here? Next time you see two things that seem like they have nothing in common, just ask yourself, could they be soulmates? You know, like a black hole and a lint roller, or a supernova and a sourdough starter. What unlikely pairs do you see out there in the universe? Because sometimes the most creative connections are also the most profound.